So good morning, thank you for being here. We're going to start in a seated posture. Get yourself nice and comfortable, and feel free to elevate the hips if you like. And once you're there, let your hands rest in your lap. Feel your shoulders relax down and away from your ears. And start to feel a heaviness through your pelvis as you ground down through the hips toward the floor. Let your eyelids gently close and the muscles in the face soften. Just give your body a few moments to arrive here on your mat. Feel your physical energy settle into this posture. And start to scan through your own body from head to toe, acknowledging any physical sensations this morning, parts of the body that we need to be mindful of during our posture practice, anything else that you are aware of. Notice where your thoughts are this morning and what your mood is like right now. And then start to focus your attention on the breath. Using all of your senses to observe the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Feel yourself freely expand every time that you breathe in, letting the abdominals release as the ribcage widens. And you feel yourself gently contract every time you exhale, drawing the navel in as the ribs come back together. Start to purposefully slow down your breath cycle. And if you find yourself pulled toward your thoughts, bring yourself just gently back to the breath. You can repeat in your mind, short phrase with your breath cycle to stay focused. Something simple like inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. You can do this now or at any time throughout our posture practice, whenever the mind feels active. Let's just start taking some circular motion with the upper body. You can open the eyes or keep them closed. We're just going to lean to one side and then forward over the legs, over to the other, and slightly back. You can let your elbows bend. You can let the shoulders move with this. Just finding a wide circular motion. You may even feel that you come off the hips a little or the knees lift up. But try and keep your center of gravity. So not so much that you would tip or that you need to tense your body to keep it from tipping. So just find that edge. And then stop the motion and go the other way. Keep the breath smooth and even, just finding this fluid circular motion. And then stop the motion, arrive back at center. We'll take some seated spinal waves. Inhale, draw the hands back as you arch the upper back and lift your chest. Exhale, slide the hands forward, round your back and tuck the chin to your chest. And again, inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Go back and forth in both directions. And you can involve your neck as much or as little as you like, especially on the inhalation phase. And try and really get that rocking motion in the pelvis, tilting it forward when you inhale and back when you exhale. Last round. And then back up to a neutral spine. Okay, let's put the right hand on the floor. Inhale, raise the left arm up. And then bend deeply into the right elbow and lean over to the left, or to the right side rather. Deep side stretch. Stay rooted through your left sitting bone, however, so try not to let your hips come off the floor, just bending over with the upper body. Good, we're gonna push off the right hand and lift up through both arms, lengthening through the waist and the rib cage. And then exhale, put the left hand on the floor outside the hip. And then bend that elbow and lean over, stretching through the right side of the body. Reaching the right arm over your face. Good, keep the right hip connected. A few more breaths. And push off your left hand, lift up through both arms, really stretch through your waist. Let's hold here a few breaths. Draw your navel in slightly and engage your lower abdominals and your lower and middle back. Really elevate your sternum. And exhale, float the arms down. Good, let's come out of this seat and onto hands and knees in table pose. Good. From here, let's line the hips over the knees and just walk the arms forward, pressing the chest down for half down dog, lengthening through the upper back and extending the shoulders. Three more breaths. And then lift yourself back up. And we're going to step the right foot in between the hands for a low lunge. Slide your left knee back, getting a nice long stance. Point those toes and really root that foot against the mat for stability. Let's inhale, rise up to our low crescent lunge. Lengthening up through the waist, just like we did a moment ago sitting. So it's a low hip position, but it's not slack. We're not trying to just drop into the pelvis. That'll put too much pressure in the low back. So that's why I want you to really push against the front foot, push against the back foot, feel some kind of toning energy to support your pelvis, and then lengthen up, 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 up. Good, exhale the left hand down for a twist, rotate from your waist as you keep reaching up through the right arm. One more breath in. Exhale the right hand to the floor. Tuck your back toes under and lift that knee off the ground now for a high lunge. Get super strong through that back leg. And then we're going to rise up again, inhaling, coming to balance in our high crescent lunge. And let's bend the elbows out to the side like cactus arms, palms open to the front of your mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows back. And then start to twist to the right, rotating just using your core. Good, a few breaths here in this twist, keeping the chest open. Good, exhale, rotate forward again. And then release the hands to the floor. From here, step to plank pose. Bring the feet and legs together, line the shoulders over the palms, and hold here for a few breaths. One more inhalation, and exhale, lower your body to the ground. Point your toes, inhale to a low or high cobra. Exhale, let it go. Twice more, inhale to roll up. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale, cobra. Exhale, let it go. Good, push back up to your knees and switch sides. Left foot forward, right knee down. Slide the knee back, point the toes, and really push the top of the foot and ankle into the ground. So that fires up some muscles in the legs, so it's not a totally relaxed stance. And then really push against your front foot and heel. Rise up to your balance, low crescent lunge. Keeping lots of energy through those contact points. And if you keep that energy, you can get low in the hips without collapsing the low back. Good, let's exhale the right hand down for our twist. Rotate from the waist and reach up through the left arm. Exhale the left hand to the mat. Now tuck your back toes under and lift the knee off the ground. High lunge. Nice and active through that leg. When you're ready, rise up, finding your balance again. Good, let's bend the elbows out to the side, like making two cactus arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows back and just feel how that really opens you across the chest. And then just use the strength of your core to twist to the left. Stay there and breathe. Good, face forward again. And then lean down, hands to the floor, step back, plank pose. Good, 5 breaths here. One more breath in, Inhale, push up. Exhale, back to down dog. Good, take some time to arrive in the pose and feel free to move around in it a little bit. Kind of stretch through the back of the legs, get into the shoulders, the waist. And then eventually settle into stillness here. Let your neck lengthen. Just feel your head drop. One more breath in, look forward. Exhale and walk to the front of your mat. Hang over the legs in a forward bend. Again, let your head just drop down. Feel the weight of your upper body move toward the balls of the feet, lifting up through the hip joints as you draw down through your spine. Three more breaths here. And then put the hands against your shins. Inhale to the flat back position, holding this pose. Send your hips back, the crown of the head forward. Get as long as you can. One more breath in. And exhale, fold down, let it go. Inhale, open the arms and rise up to stand. Reach over your head and exhale, arms to your sides. Good, we'll take a few rounds of sun salutations. Make sure you're at the very front of your mat so you've got space to step back. On an inhalation, begin by reaching up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. One breath in. Exhale, slowly lower or hover in chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take your time getting there. And then stay for about 5 breaths. On an inhalation, look forward. Exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Second round, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. One breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Good, slow, steady breath. On inhalation, look forward and exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Once more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Stay here and breathe. Really let go through your neck. One more breath in, look forward. And exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release your arms. You're going to come into triangle pose. If you use a block or blocks to support your bottom hand, set that up on the left side of your mat. So we'll take this with the left foot forward, big step back with your right foot. Increase the distance between the feet and angle that back foot a little bit. You should have a line from your front heel to the middle of the arch of your back foot. Once you find that stance, energize through the legs, open the arms out to the sides, and just feel that energy reaching apart across the arms. Press actively against the feet, and then rock your hips back as you reach your upper body and left arm forward as far as you can, and then pivot the arms, finding the block or using your shin with the left hand, reaching up with the right hand. Trying to feel your shoulder blades stack right on top of each other. One long line through the arms. Keep your breath steady. Keep squeezing the muscles in the legs. The next time you exhale, contract your core and lift upright again. Good, bend your front knee deeply for warrior two pose. The legs should be roughly the same, but if you need to adjust, go ahead. Try and get nice and low in that front knee. Long and strong with the back leg. And looking over one of your front fingers as you reach the arms apart still. Good, we're going to keep the legs as they are and reverse the upper body. Reach the right hand down to your back leg and the left arm up toward the ceiling. And then slowly lean back for a side bend. The hand can slide down the straight leg a little bit as the left arm comes over your face. Good, try and keep the depth of your front leg, maybe even going a little bit lower. Good, let's exhale, return to warrior two. Good, inhale, straighten the front leg and exhale, release the arms. Good, turn the left toes in and then just heel toe your feet until you can step them back together. Good, let's take the other side. I'm just going to face the other end of my mat, but you can stay where you are. So the block will be on the right side, your right foot is forward, big step back with your left, and then increase the distance. So you've got a nice wide stance for triangle. Good, stabilize the legs, open the arms out to the sides, feeling those opposing energies, reaching apart through the arms and through the legs. And then exhale the hips back, reach your upper body forward as far as you can, and then pivot the arms, right arm down, left arm up, using your block or the shin or the floor if you touch. Good, stacking the shoulders here for triangle pose. Slow, steady breath. With an exhalation, contract your abdominals and rise up. Bend your front knee deeply for warrior two. Adjust the feet if you need to, so you can get nice and low in that front leg. Good, active energy through the arms, really reach. And keep the legs as they are. Left hand's gonna come down to the straight leg. Right arm reaches up. Then exhale, start to side bend, leaning back. Just ever so gently as the top arm comes over the face. Deep side stretch. Beautiful, everybody. Exhale, return to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, release your arms. Good, pivot your right toes in. We're gonna keep this wide stance. So you can turn your heels slightly out, big toes slightly in. Bring your hands to your waist. Glide your shoulders and elbows back and lift your chest as you inhale. Exhale, hips back, fold forward, dropping the head. Wide-legged forward bend. You can bring the hands to the floor or to your block if the hands don't meet the ground. And really let go through the neck. Let the weight of your head bring traction through your cervical spine. See if you can feel the weight of the pose move toward the balls of the feet a little bit more. Really stretching the hamstrings. Then let's return the hands to the waist. Squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows back. Lift halfway up, flat back position, and then press your hips forward to stand the rest of the way up. Good, relax the arms and just heel toe your feet together. And from here, we're gonna come into half moon pose. So a standing balance. Again, you may want a block or two blocks. We're gonna stand on the left foot first. So you can have that block, if you're gonna use it, a little bit ahead of the foot and a little bit off to the left side. So I'm gonna step my left foot forward, a little step back with my right foot, and I'm gonna have my right hand on the hip. Look down at the floor and bend your left knee. Lean your upper body forward over the foot and keep your back nice and straight. And then find the block or the floor with your left hand. Good. Press against your left foot, straighten that leg, and lift the back leg up into the air. Good. Take your time finding stability here. Once you feel steady in your standing leg, then start to roll the pelvis open. The right hip draws back over the left. Then the abdominals open, the rib cage opens, and maybe the right arm floats up. Good, keep that breath smooth. And let's try and reverse the steps. Bring the hand to the waist, take out some of that opening. Bend your standing knee and step your right foot back to the floor and then stand up. Good, all right, let's switch sides. We move the block to the right side of the mat. We're gonna be standing on the right foot. So just take a little step back with your left foot and the left hand can be on your hip. Look at the ground, you're gonna bend your front knee a little bit. Lean forward, keeping your back straight, and find the block or the floor with your right hand. When you're ready, push against your right foot to straighten that leg and lift off the back one. Good, start with just finding stability and balance, and then work on opening a half moon. The left hip rolls back, then the abdomen, the rib cage opens. Left arm is the last thing to come into the pose. Good, let's try and reverse the steps. Bring the left hand to the waist. Take out some of that opening and then bend your standing knee, step the left foot down and then stand upright again. Good, step your back foot forward. You can move that block off of your mat. It's come to the very front of the mat. And we're gonna come through a half sun salutation. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, walk back and lift to downward facing dog. Good, press strongly against both hands and just let your neck release. Good, from here, bring the feet together. We're gonna come into side plank. So come forward to plank pose, shoulders over the palms. We're gonna come to the outer edge of the left foot. Open your waist to the side. I still haven't even lifted my right arm yet. Open your waist and your abdomen. Feel your left shoulder really root in toward the spine, and then slowly raise the right arm up. Right, if this is a little too intense, you can do this with your left knee down on the ground, or you could step your top foot, your right foot, over the left leg and push that foot against the ground for a little extra support in the pose. Right, but no matter where you are, focus on really rooting your left shoulder blade in. Keep the waist nice and high. Good, everybody. Release slowly back to plank and then lift to down dog. Other side when you're ready, feet back together. Come forward into plank pose. And then slowly just twist from the waist. You're going to come to the outer edge of the right foot. Open the abdomen and rib cage. And then slowly, as you root the right shoulder blade in, raise the left arm up. Good, a few more breaths here in side plank. Keep squeezing the waist and lifting it up away from the floor. Good, release, left hand to the mat and lift back, down dog. Just a few breaths here. And then knees to the floor. Let's take child's pose. Point the toes. You can widen the knees a little bit and sit back on your heels. Feel your shoulders and arms relax. And close the eyes here. Just letting go of some of that intense energy. Good, from here lift yourself up just to sit back on the heels, or if this isn't comfortable, sit cross-legged. Just want to stretch the wrists a little bit. Hang your right arm out in front of you with the wrist really loose, fingers toward the floor. Use your left hand to just gently press the right fingers toward the forearm. So your wrist is bending in the opposite way that it just did during forearm plank. Excuse me, during regular side plank. Good, let that one release. Other side, left arm is going to dangle out in front of you with the wrist really loose. Take your right hand and just gently help press the left fingers toward the forearm. Stretching the wrist in the opposite direction. Good, let that release, and maybe just take some circles with the wrists in both directions. Good, all right, so where we're going is forearm plank. So from here, I'm gonna have you come into table, bring your elbows and forearms on the ground, and just cross your forearms and grab the outside of your elbows. It should be a pretty good measurement for how wide apart we want the elbows. And then clasp your fingers together in front of you. Tuck your bottom pinky finger in like you do in dolphin so that you're not putting pressure on that one little bone. Good. From here, glide your shoulder blades back so they're not tensing up by your ears. And then walk your legs back for forearm plank. On the balls of the feet. Once they're back, squeeze the legs together and tuck your tailbone, trying to bring your hips level with the height of the shoulders. Feel your chest glide forward a little bit. And breathe as deeply and slowly as you can. Three more. Good, exhale, knees to the ground. Slowly walk it back to child's pose. Take your time settling there. And again, let your shoulders and arms relax. Good, last time we're going to take forearm plank and then use that as a way to get into dolphin pose. So go ahead and set your forearms and elbows on the ground again. Find that distance by holding the outside of your elbows and then clasp the fingers. Bottom pinky finger tucks in. Good, glide your shoulder blades back. Walk your legs back and squeeze them together. Tuck your tailbone and bring your hips level with the shoulders for forearm plank. One long line through the body. Squeeze your legs together. Good. Good. From here, press against your fists. Start to lift your hips as you walk your feet closer to your elbows. Let your feet separate a little bit, lifting the hips as high as you can for dolphin pose. Keep pressing against the fists and elbows, sending your chest toward the ground. Good. If you need to come out at any point, just touch the knees down, take a rest. If you're comfortable here, we're going to try and hold a few more breaths. Good, let's exhale, let it go. Very nice, everybody. Come on into table pose, and we're gonna take threading the needle to help release the shoulders from here. Let's raise the left arm up, open to that side. Exhale, sweep it underneath you, coming down to the shoulder and the outside of your head. Move your right hand over and push the ground to lean back, getting that nice deep twist. And then if you like, you can raise your right arm up, letting it fall back, or taking it around the back for your half bind. If you're in the half bind, reach that arm up again, and then we'll take the hand back to the mat. We'll all push against the right hand to come off the left shoulder. And let's reach up to the left one more time, counter twist. Good, back to table, and we'll take the other side. Raise your right arm up and open, and then exhale, sweep it under you. Bring the shoulder and side of your head down. Good, push against your left hand to lean back onto that shoulder. Deep, steady breath. And then if you like, you can reach the left arm up or wrap it around your back for the half bind. Good. If you're in that half bind, let's reach up. You can put the hand back on the floor and we'll all push the ground to come off the right shoulder. Reach up to the right again. And then release. Good. Let's come back to down dog one more time here. Get as much extension through the shoulders and the upper back as you can. Good, and then bring the knees to the floor. All right, take a seat in the middle of your mat, please. And we're gonna work on reverse tabletop and reverse plank pose. So you're gonna sit directly on the mat, bend your knees, plant your feet about hip width apart, and take your hands behind your back with the fingers facing the back of the mat to start. Squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows back to open the chest. And then press against your palms and your heels and lift your hips as high into the air as you can, creating the shape of tabletop pose here. Really use the strength of your glutes and your hamstrings to really elevate your pelvis. Good, keep pushing against the palms to avoid sinking into your shoulders. So we also want to keep elevating the chest. Good, the next time you exhale, sit your hips down. Bring the soles of the feet together, lean forward and hold the ankles of the feet. And put a little more space between your heels and your hips than you normally do for seated down angle. So you should look more like a diamond shape with the legs. Take a deep breath in and sit tall. And then exhale, tuck your chin and just gently round your spine forward and down. Good, inhale, lift up, close the knees, and plant the feet again hip width apart. We're gonna take that a second time. You can do the same hand position that we just did with the fingers facing toward the back of the mat. Slightly more challenging is to rotate the palms so the fingers face your hips. It's very difficult to get the heel of the palm on the floor initially, but when you lift up, it'll be a little easier. If this already doesn't feel good, however, then just take the first hand position. So when you're ready, we're going to exhale, press through the palms and heels, lift the hips up into the air, finding that reverse tabletop pose. Keep breathing and get the pelvis as high up as you can. Good, exhale and release. Bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees, and lean forward. They'll take the ankles or the shins. Again, more space between the heels and the hips than you normally do for round angle. Exhale when you're ready, fold forward, tucking the chin to the chest. Good, go ahead and roll up. We're going to take this one final time. If this is already pretty challenging for you, you can repeat the pose as table with the knees bent. If you want to try the next step, you're going to straighten the legs and try this as a reverse or elevated plank. So the legs will straighten, you're going to point your toes and take the hands behind you with the fingers facing back or toward your hips. Squeeze the shoulders back. Press into the heels of your palms and lift your butt up off the ground and try and get the toes to touch the floor. So really pointing, elevating the hips as high as you can, squeezing the legs together. Good, everyone. Exhale, let it go. Nice work. feet together. Hold the ankles or shins. For the last time here, sit up tall, and then exhale, fold forward into this bound angle pose. Just letting the spine release and the low back lengthen. And then go ahead and roll up. We're going to stay sitting directly on the floor. Close the knees and hold the back of your thighs. We're going to come into boat pose. Sit up nice and tall, lean your shoulders back slightly, and then lift your feet up, finding balance on the back of your hips. And then lift the feet as much as you're able to. And if possible, let go of the legs as you reach forward through the arms. Nice deep breath here. Good, exhale, let it go. Put the hands behind your back. Separate your feet as wide as the mat. And just drop the knees back and forth like windshield wipers. We're going to take that one more time. So pick the knees up. Hold the back of your thighs and bring the legs together. Sit up really, really tall. Lean back and then lift your feet just till you can balance. And then raise them as much as you're able to here. Squeeze your legs together and then let go of the arms, reaching forward for boat. Few more breaths. Keep elevating the chest. And exhale, let it go. Good, again, put your hands behind your back, separate the feet as wide as your yoga mat, and drop the knees back and forth like windshield wipers. The next time that you drop your knees to the right side of your mat, let them stay down there. Come off of your left hand and twist to the back of the mat. Separate your hands a few inches apart and push strongly against the ground to twist. Low, deep breathing. One more breath in. And exhale, unwind. Pick the knees up and drop them to the left side. Come off of your right hand and twist. Good, pushing against the ground to deepen your rotation. Nice, low, deep breath. Last breath in, and exhale, unwind. Good, bring the knees up, bring the feet together and hold the back of your thighs again. We're gonna roll down really slowly. So tuck the chin and one vertebra at a time. Keep your core contracted as you lower your spine down onto the ground. Good, once you are on your back, bring your knees into your upper body. Hold the knees or the shins and just rock a little bit here side to side. And then rock your knees around in a wide circle a few times in each direction. And we're gonna end with happy baby pose. Separate your knees wider apart than your upper body. Lift your feet and hold the outer feet or outer ankles, whatever you can reach. And take several breaths here. You can feel free to rock as well if you like that, or pull your feet toward your face and lift your hips up more for some traction in the low back. And when you're ready to release, let go of your feet, place them on the floor, and then get yourself nice and comfortable for Shavasana, final relaxation. So if there's any layers of clothing you'd like to put on or any props you'd like to use to support your body, go ahead and gather what you need to be completely comfortable. And once you feel settled on your back, close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel your lower jaw release and let the tongue and throat relax. And completely let go of the deep, focused breathing. Let every muscle and every joint sink into the floor. Letting go of any lingering active energy in your body. Let there be a heaviness from head to toe. And allow your mind to go to a quiet place. Notice how you feel right now. And with as little effort as possible, make your way to a comfortable seated pose from here. Keep your eyes closed. And once you're there, bring your awareness back to the spine and start to feel that energy move up the spine from the low back, out the crown of the head, getting taller. Continue to breathe deeply here. And then we'll join the palms together in front of the heart and end our practice chanting Om one time. Take a deep breath in. Om. Exhale and gently bow your head, acknowledging yourself for making time and space to practice this morning and expressing gratitude to your body. And thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this class. It's great to see you all, and have a great rest of your day.